All right, so get this. We're going depth on some pretty intense crypto predictions today. And guess what? They're all tied to the 2024 U.S. presidential election. You're not going to believe this. Our source. A post from Binance Square.
Binance Square.
Yeah. Basically, like crypto Twitter, but like way more intense.
Gotcha. And what caught my eye is that it's not the usual market trend stuff. This analyst is connecting election outcomes to some pretty big shifts. In crypto, I mean. They're even talking about a black swan event.
Black swan event. So for anyone just turning in, that's like something totally unexpected that comes out of nowhere and changes everything. Think the 2008 financial crisis, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
This analyst thinks the election could be that kind of turning point for crypto. So what's the prediction? Brace yourselves, because they're saying there's a chance that Vice President Kamala Harris could become president in 2024. And that could have huge ripple effects on cryptocurrency.
Yeah, and they don't really get into how that Harris presidency scenario would happen, which is interesting. It's like they're saying, hey, this is a possibility. Think about what that could mean. But what really caught my attention is that they connect this potential Harris presidency to, wait for it, the possibility of former President Donald Trump facing prison time.
Whoa. Okay, so two huge potential shakeups. Do you think they're implying one might lead to the other, or are they just throwing out two separate what-if scenarios that could impact the market? It's like they're dropping these bombshells and letting us connect the dots ourselves.
Exactly. They're definitely encouraging us to think critically here. And remember, this is just one analyst's perspective. We always want to consider different viewpoints, especially when it comes to something as unpredictable as crypto.
Totally. And speaking of unpredictable, I found it really interesting how they weave in this story about an investor nicknamed Mr. Diamond Hands. Apparently, this guy held onto Bitcoin during the 2021 peak and missed out on some major profits because he was so convinced that it would keep going up.
I think they brought up Mr. Diamond Hands to highlight the emotional roller coaster. That comes with investing, especially in a market as volatile as crypto. It's a reminder that even if you believe in something long term, you need a solid strategy, and you can't let emotions like fear or greed cloud your judgment.
It's so easy to get caught up in the hype, right? Especially when you see those numbers climbing. But this analyst, while they're warning about the potential for big swings, depending on the election, they actually seem pretty bullish on crypto overall.
Right. They even recommend starting to build positions in the spot market early next year.
Build positions in the spot market?
Yeah, basically that means buying crypto at its current price, with the goal of holding it for the long haul. They're suggesting it's time to get in the game before things potentially take off.
So they're thinking there could be a bull market on the horizon, maybe in 2025, and they want people to be ready to ride that wave.
That's how I'm reading it. But remember, no crystal ball here. There are always counter-arguments to consider. What if, despite this prediction, we see some stricter regulations come into play? That could throw a wrench in the whole bull market scenario.
Okay, so on one hand, this analyst is saying, brace yourselves. Things could get wild with the election. But on the other hand, they're saying, hey, this could also be a huge opportunity, so get your ducks in a row. What are your initial thoughts on that?
Yeah, it is fascinating. This prediction is bold, but I think that's what makes it so intriguing. It really gets you thinking about all the different ways things could play out.
Absolutely. I know we're zeroing in on this one analyst's take and their focus on a potential Harris presidency. But let's be real. The 2024 election is a total wild card. There are so many other possibilities on the table.
Exactly. And each potential outcome could have its own unique ripple effect on the crypto world. Imagine if a candidate who's really gung-ho on crypto regulation wins.
Oh, yeah.
It would totally change the game, wouldn't it?
Right. We could see a whole different set of regulations, maybe even a crackdown on certain types of crypto activities.
Talk about a market shakeup.
It just goes to show how interconnected everything is these days. Politics, tech, finance, it's all intertwined, and that complexity makes it even more crucial for us to stay informed and think critically about the information we're taking in.
Definitely. So for someone listening to this right now, maybe someone who's been following crypto for a while and is thinking about how the election might impact their investments, what's the biggest takeaway here?
Well, I think the key message is that the 2024 election, regardless of who wins, has the potential to inject a lot of volatility into the crypto market.
By volatility, you mean? We could see some pretty dramatic price swings, right? Both ups and downs.
Exactly. It's like a roller coaster ride. And that roller coaster can be both exhilarating and terrifying, depending on your risk tolerance and investment strategy.
So how should someone navigate this potentially turbulent period Any tips for staying ahead of the curve? The most important thing is to stay informed and not just blindly follow predictions, even from seasoned analysts. Remember, in crypto, nobody has a crystal ball.
Right, like that Mr. Diamond Hands story. Even someone who seems like they know what they're doing can miss the mark if they let emotions drive their decisions.
Precisely. Having a clear investment strategy is key. What are your goals? What level of risk are you comfortable with? Answering those questions can help you avoid making impulsive moves based on fear or greed.
It's so easy to get caught up in the hype, but at the end of the day, the crypto market doesn't care about your feelings.
Exactly. It responds to supply and demand, global events, technological advancements. These underlying forces are what really drive things. Understanding those forces is key to making smart investment decisions.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here. We've talked about this analyst's bold prediction, explored the concept of black swan events, and highlighted the importance of staying informed and having a solid strategy.
And we've touched on how different election outcomes could influence the crypto landscape in various ways. But there's one more thought I want to leave our listener with.
Ooh, I love a good cliffhanger. What's the final piece of the puzzle? Yeah, lay it on me. What's that final takeaway?
Well, we've talked a lot about how this one analyst thinks a Harris presidency could be a game changer for crypto. But what if the election flips the script in a totally different direction?
Okay, yeah, I like where you're going with this. What are some other election scenarios that could really shake things up in the crypto world?
Well, imagine a candidate who's super skeptical of crypto wins. Someone who thinks it's all a risky bubble. They might push for stricter regulations, maybe even try to limit certain types of crypto activities.
Wow, that would definitely spook some people. We could see people selling off their crypto.
Yeah, or investors might hesitate to jump in.
For sure.
And then think about the opposite scenario. What if a super pro-crypto candidate wins? Someone who wants to make the US a crypto haven.
Oh, that'd be huge. Right. We could see a flood of investment pouring into the market, new businesses popping up, maybe even some innovative uses for crypto in government or finance.
It's amazing to think of all the possibilities.
It really is.
And it just reinforces how important it is to stay informed and think critically about how these different political landscapes could impact your investment decisions.
Absolutely. It's not just about following the price of Bitcoin or Ethereum. It's about understanding the bigger picture, the political and economic forces that are shaping the future of crypto.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So, to our listener out there, keep your finger on the pulse of the 2024 election. Pay attention to the candidates' stances on crypto and think about how those stances might translate into actual policies.
Yeah, because those policies could have a huge impact on your crypto journey. This is one election where staying informed could really pay off.
It's a fascinating time to be involved in crypto, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely.
So much potential, so much uncertainty, and so many exciting developments on the horizon.
Couldn't agree more. Well, there you have it, a deep dive into the wild world of crypto predictions and the potential impact of the 2024 election.
We've explored some thought-provoking ideas, unpacked complex concepts, and hopefully given you a fresh perspective on the intertwined nature of politics and crypto.
As always, remember to do your own research, make informed decisions, and never be afraid to ask questions.
And most importantly, stay curious and keep exploring this ever-evolving landscape.
Until next time.
See you then.